Hello, welcome to Flex Online School. My name is Kristen Bailey, and this slideshow was shared on Monday, February 6th to provide an overview for students to get started at Flex Online School. So, with this video, we will go ahead and walk you through your schedule and how to find the information to help you succeed in your classes in second semester. The first thing that all students should do is create a daily schedule. Your daily classes and class times can be found on Canvas on the calendar or by going to Student View and making a paper daily schedule of your own. If you go to Student View, you can go ahead and you can see all of your classes for the semester and your teacher names there. On Canvas, you can also do this by going to the calendar, which will list all of your classes and their class times. That's also a great place to go ahead and find your Zoom links. Having a paper copy of your daily schedule in your learning space can be a great reminder to help you log into class. Also, some of us like to set alarms just to make sure that we don't forget to log into our classes at all the times. Speaking of logging into Zoom, it's very important that students at Flex Online School log into Zoom using the SSO, which stands for the single sign on. This will go ahead and make sure that you are signed on to your Beaverton School District device and authenticated through your Beaverton School District account for security reasons. This brief video will go through how to do that.
This video is for students in grades 6 through 12 about how to access your Zoom help sessions with teachers or Zoom meetings. So from your Canvas dashboard, you can go over to the calendar icon over here on the far left. Sometimes it takes a minute to load. And then I would see any help sessions that my teacher has posted on the calendar here. I can go ahead and navigate to today's date by scrolling down. And then your teacher likely put the link for Zoom and the details of the assignment. But if you don't see that, go ahead and click on the title of the assignment there. But Mr. Edmonds put it here, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up. It opens up a new window. So I should see my Zoom window right back here. And then I'm going to select, sometimes because you logged into your Chromebook, it will log you directly into the Zoom using your information. And sometimes you'll need to click sign in with SSO. The SSO information has already been loaded in here for you, Beaverton K-12. If you happen to be not on a Beaverton School District device, you would want to make sure and click login with SSO, which is down below where you would enter an email to log in. Has a little black key. And then you'd enter Beaverton K-12, no capitals, no periods, and then click continue. Now, if you're on a Chromebook, it may just go ahead and log you in. Otherwise, it may show you this screen where you would need to enter your email address and password. So go ahead and type your student ID number at bsd48.org and your password and sign in. It will ask you whether you want to stay signed in. So you can select yes. Now is when it might open up the Zoom app on your Chromebook. So you can go ahead and select either start the meeting with or without video. And it should connect you to your meeting.
And it's always nice when students do turn their video on. For some classes, it is optional. For others, your teachers will ask you to do so. But as a teacher, it's always really nice when students go ahead and do have their cameras on. I always really appreciate that. Continuing with your daily schedule, your coursework, your online textbook, probably through a program called Apex, that's all going to appear on Canvas for your class. Canvas is our learning messaging system learning management system. And you can access this again on your Chromebook by clicking on the BSD student apps and then scrolling down to find Canvas. I will show you what it looks like on my Canvas page for a course in just one moment. But one of the most important things to make sure that you know how to do is to submit an assignment on Canvas. If you get an assignment from a teacher and you're not sure how to access the assignment or submit it, please be sure to ask. You can do that by sending a message or by coming to the live class. But a Canvas page may look like this. And this is actually my Canvas page for psychology. So let me just move things around a little bit so you can see what it looks like and some of my assignments. So most teachers have their pages set up in the same way, where you have across the top your weekly planner, class videos in case you miss a day, student resources. This is a wonderful handy spot right here, tech support. So if you need help with your device or logging into Zoom or any of the other resources I'm talking about here, please click tech support, and that will redirect you to the Flex page with additional resources and information. Then, as you scroll down, here is the attendance form in case you miss attending the live class. We'll talk more about that on the next slide. And then down here, you can see where your assignments are for the course for the week. So in my psychology class, students are making a brief video or audio introduction for themselves. They are taking a quiz just to show me what they already know about psychology, and then they're taking a quiz for a grade. So those are some sample assignments. When you're ready to do those assignments, you would go ahead and you would click on them, and you would be immediately directed to that assignment. One thing that's very important for students to know when it comes to Canvas assignments is that you do have to click a submit button. The submit button is generally located at the top of the assignment if it's made through Kami, which is how we can annotate PDFs, or it's located in the bottom of the assignment and is a brown button if you are submitting something else on Canvas. Once again, though, coming to the live classes and asking your teachers for help and support is the best thing you can do if you're not quite sure how to go ahead and submit an assignment. Coming back to our slideshow, let's talk about attendance, as I briefly mentioned a moment ago. Attendance at Zoom can be on Canvas can be taken a couple of different ways. Zoom is the most direct way. Come to the live Zoom help session. My students today asked some great questions. How long do I need to stay on Zoom? Is there something I specifically have to do during the Zoom meeting? And yes, the goal is for you to interact with your teacher and your classmates. This can be by asking questions in the chat. This can be by raising your hand, unmuting yourself, and participating in the class. This can be by answering a classmate's question in the chat. Participate. That's the big goal. The more you engage in the learning process, the more you're going to get out of the learning process. If you are unable to attend the live Zoom class, the second option is to go to the main page of each of your Canvas classes, as I just showed, and click on the missed class. Click here to submit the attendance form. The check-in form is part of the attendance process if you do not attend the live Zoom class. Whether you're attending the Zoom class or you're completing the attendance form, it's also really important that you do the work for class. So please make sure that on the main page, you also look at the assignments, which are just below, and that you complete some assignments for your class as well. And if you have any specific questions, you can either go ahead and you can ask them during a live class, or you could send your teacher a message. The Canvas inbox is the fast and easy way to contact all of your teachers. It's a tool that I strongly encourage everyone to use because it has all of your classes loaded in it. So you can say, I'm doing an assignment for math, and what you can do is click your math class. You can click the teacher button, and your teacher's name and address will already be plugged in for you, which is great. Spelling people's names can be the hardest part about sending a message. So it is a fast, easy way to make sure you put the correct address in so it goes to the correct person. The second thing that you need to do after you have your recipient, who your message is going to, is please go ahead and write a detailed subject. So if you have a question about how to submit an assignment, say, I need help submitting the introduction video assignment. I don't see the submit button. Or you can say you have a question on a specific reading that you did in class and put that in your subject line. The more specific you are, the more your teachers are going to be able to help you and get your question answered. The third item, please make sure somewhere in your message you have your name, so we know who we are responding to and how we can best help that student. In my sample message, I put it at the bottom, but you could also say, hello, and the name of your teacher. In my example here, I used Mr. Sondry, who's our AP Human Geography teacher, a 9th grade social studies teacher, and also teaches some Spanish classes. And then at the bottom, I put my name, but I could have said, this is Kristen Bailey from your 4th period class in my first line. That's an option too. The fourth item to include in your message is a clear message or question. Please be as detailed as possible. We don't want to leave you with any uncertainty of how to get the work done or sort of inspire more questions instead of helping you get to an answer, which is what you're really looking for. Then, if you would like to have a live meeting with your teacher outside of class time, please know that we are available. We do want to meet with you around your schedule and when you are available. Please go ahead and include when you are available. So you might say, for example, I am available from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. since our first class is at 8:30 a.m. each morning. Or maybe you would say, you know what, I usually have a break after my 6th period class before advisory at 2 o'clock. So maybe you're available from 1 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. on B days, something like that, so your teacher can get in contact with you. And then the final item that I have is a thank you. I always appreciate it when I can go ahead and say thank you to my students for asking great questions in class. And I always really appreciate getting prompt responses from folks when I send them a message. So when in doubt, say thank you. We have a lot to thank and appreciate one another for. The final item that I'd like to go through with you in this introductory slide video is some other really important folks that we have at Flex that you can work with if you have any questions. On this slide, you see our amazing counseling team and our fantastic school counselor, Miss Buchanan. So if you need someone to talk to, if you need some resources, if you're not sure where to go or who to ask, this slide shows the amazing people who you can get some help from anytime that you have a question, you need support, or you just don't really know who to ask your question, but you know you've got one. So our amazing counseling staff starts with Bryn Pearson with our K through 3 students, Ms. Shauna Clark with our grades 4 through 7 students, Mr. Jordan McMurtry with our grades 8 through 10 students, and Mr. Eddie Fernandez with our students who are juniors and seniors in 11th and 12th grades. And Miss Buchanan is our school social worker, and she works with all of our grades. She's a fantastic resource for us all. I greatly appreciate your time watching this video, and best of luck to you for second semester. Thanks for being here.